Hello everybody, welcome to the BrieflyNews channel. Drake, one of the biggest stars in the music industry, is taking a highly controversial legal action against Universal Music Group, UMG, which has been creating quite a stir. The situation involves Drake's claim that UMG, through its association with Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us, used questionable tactics to promote the track at the expense of his reputation and career. The legal battle centers on Drake's allegations that UMG's promotion of Kendrick's song was not only underhanded but also a deliberate attempt to undermine him and reduce his standing within the industry. Drake has had an extraordinary run in the music world. His career has generated hundreds of millions of dollars for his label, Universal Music Group, UMG, and he's arguably one of the most influential figures in hip-hop today. But now, in a surprising twist, he's turning on the very system that helped build him. He's not just criticizing UMG, but also taking action against streaming platforms like Spotify and radio networks like iHeartRadio, claiming they were complicit in promoting Not Like Us using deceitful methods, including the use of bots to inflate streams. At the center of this drama is Kendrick Lamar, whose song Not Like Us came under intense scrutiny from Drake. The track is widely considered to be a diss aimed at Drake, with its pointed lyrics accusing the Canadian rapper of various misdeeds, including serious allegations involving minors. While the song became one of the most talked about hip-hop tracks of the summer, it also became a source of frustration for Drake, who believes that the song not only hurt his reputation but also negatively impacted his finances. According to Drake, UMG, which houses both him and Kendrick under its vast umbrella, has intentionally allowed Kendrick's music to be pushed in a way that harms Drake's career. One of the central points of Drake's argument is that Kendrick's success was artificially inflated. He accuses UMG of using fraudulent tactics to promote Not Like Us by reducing Spotify's charges for platforming the track. With this discount, UMG allegedly ensured that Kendrick's song received extensive promotion on Spotify's playlists, resulting in massive streams that were pushed far beyond what would have been naturally achieved. Drake claims that this manipulation of streaming numbers was designed to put Kendrick in the spotlight at his expense. Drake's lawsuit goes even deeper, as he alleges that there were widespread efforts to inflate Kendrick's streams. He points to a claim made by an anonymous individual who, during an appearance on DJ Academic's show, confessed to being paid to use bots to generate millions of streams for Kendrick's track. According to the person, the bot activity led to an immediate 30 million streams on the day of the song's release. While Drake's legal team has not yet provided solid evidence of the bot claims, the fact that someone came forward to confirm these tactics raises red flags for Drake, who believes this underhanded approach is part of a concerted effort to harm his reputation. Further complicating matters, Drake also points out that the song was heavily promoted on the radio. Drake accuses iHeartRadio of playing Not Like Us excessively during its release, a tactic he believes was another form of manipulation to promote the track unfairly. According to his complaint, Not Like Us was played millions of times in the first week, and continued to be heavily rotated when the video dropped. One DJ, Funk Flex, even confirmed that there were pay-for-play schemes happening behind the scenes to push songs like Kendrick's. This practice, known as payola, is illegal but still widely rumored to occur in the music industry. In addition to these allegations, Drake has also filed a lawsuit claiming that UMG failed to protect him from the harmful narrative spread by Kendrick's song. Not Like Us includes some serious accusations about Drake, including the claim that he was involved in inappropriate relationships with minors. For Drake, this wasn't just an attack on his artistic persona, it was a direct assault on his character. By failing to intervene, Drake argues that UMG was complicit in allowing his reputation to be damaged without taking any corrective action. This lawsuit paints a picture of a complex, highly competitive music industry where the stakes are extraordinarily high, and powerful forces are at play behind the scenes. Drake, who has spent over a decade at the top of the rap game, is now facing a battle that could reshape his career. Despite being one of the most financially successful artists in history, Drake is now confronting a situation where he feels his power is being threatened by a system that once supported him. While the allegations may seem dramatic to some, they are not without precedent in the music industry. Over the years, there have been multiple high-profile cases where artists have gone up against the big music conglomerates, only to see their careers suffer. Michael Jackson and Prince are two of the most famous examples. Both artists had immense success in their respective careers. But their attempts to challenge the industry led to them being ostracized. Michael Jackson's conflict with Sony and their handling of his catalog is well known. Michael accused the label of shady business practices, including controlling and exploiting his music rights. His outspoken criticism of Sony, and particularly its head Tommy Mottola, led to his being marginalized in the industry, despite his massive success and ownership of key assets like the Beatles' catalog.
Recent song I did do all the bots for, well, most of it, and the marketing was not like us.
Now, a lot of people are going to say that's fucking cap.
Early on, when the song first dropped, it wasn't him. I'm not going to say he reached out to me himself, because obviously he didn't. It was definitely somebody from management. They wanted me to do 30 million early, which fed into the rest of the views, because obviously it was going to be a hit song either way. I like the song. I have payment proof, and I will DM that to you, as long as you know you won't expose it right now on stream in front of everybody, but I will send you all the proof, all the receipts and everything. Up front, I was promised 5K.
Okay.
They told me it was for a big artist. Promised 5K up front.
Okay.
They sent me 2.5K, and then I was also promised after the song performed, I was also gonna receive, a little percentage of the song, so points on the song. They also, the reason they did it is because they also needed that song to win.
Y'all didn't know that Kendrick used bots?
No, and I didn't care.
You thought that this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes, or you didn't know that was bots? Bots, to me, was a part of how you win the war versus Drake.
I just saw somebody on Twitter request to play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify, and it just goes straight to Not Like Us. I don't believe everything I see online, so let's just test it out, okay? You're seeing my screen to a degree. All right. Play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify. Psst, I see dead people. That's crazy.
Hey Siri, play Certified Lover Boy on Spotify.
Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar now playing on Spotify.
Similarly, Prince's battle with Warner Music over control of his music led him to change his name to an unpronounceable symbol and famously write slave on his face. Both artists were seen as threats by the industry and suffered for it. The parallel between Drake and these iconic figures is hard to ignore. Like Michael and Prince, Drake has reached a level of success that many artists would dream of. However, it seems that the more power Drake gains, the more uncomfortable the industry becomes with him. It's easy to imagine that his recent legal action against UMG, Spotify, and iHeartRadio might mark the beginning of a shift in his career, just as it did for Michael and Prince. Once you go up against the system that helped you rise. It's a risky game, and many artists have learned the hard way that the power structure will eventually fight back. Drake's legal actions against UMG could also backfire in terms of public perception. As the video discusses, many might view Drake's lawsuit as an overreaction, a sign that he is unable to handle the pressure of competition in the rap game. Taking legal action after a diss track seems petty to some, and Drake could risk alienating his fanbase or being seen as a sore loser. Rap battles have long been a part of the culture, and typically, artists take jabs at each other with little to no repercussions. By going the legal route, Drake might be seen as betraying that tradition, which could diminish his standing in the hip-hop community. Drake also faces another challenge, the question of whether Kendrick Lamar will be able to maintain his position at the top of the rap game. Kendrick's recent success is undoubtedly impressive, but the pressure that comes with being the new king of hip-hop is immense. For years, Kendrick has enjoyed a level of creative freedom that allowed him to take breaks between albums, recharge, and focus on the artistry. However, now that Kendrick is being thrust into the spotlight, with the machine behind him pushing him to be the face of hip-hop, he may soon find himself facing the same pressures that Drake has dealt with. More frequent album releases, the constant scrutiny of critics, and the weight of being the industry's leading figure could eventually take a toll on him. One aspect of this drama that cannot be ignored is how the industry seems to be elevating Kendrick at Drake's expense. This is a highly competitive and cutthroat environment, and it appears that UMG may be positioning Kendrick as the new face of hip-hop, potentially with Drake's downfall as part of the strategy. Whether Kendrick is aware of these maneuvers is unclear. But it is likely that he is caught up in a situation that is far bigger than just a rap feud. In the end, both Drake and Kendrick have contributed immensely to the evolution of hip-hop, and both are vital to the genre's success moving forward. But as Drake battles the system that once supported him, he may find that challenging the industry's power structure comes with serious consequences. The outcome of his legal battle with UMG, Spotify, and iHeartRadio could have significant implications not just for his career, but for the entire music industry. Will he suffer the same fate as Michael Jackson and Prince, or will he find a way to navigate these complex waters and continue his reign at the top? Only time will tell. This entire situation highlights the intersection of power, money, and artistry in today's music industry. Whether Drake succeeds in his legal fight or not, one thing is clear: the industry is shifting, and the players involved are going to have to adapt to new realities. Drake's legal actions may serve as a warning to other artists about the power dynamics at play in the modern music business, and the consequences of challenging that system may be more severe than anyone realizes.